Hey, I'm Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in the two-player hidden movement game Mall Cop. Mall Cop was given to me from by a friend who has worked on this game for a couple years now and brought it to the Stonemaier Game Design Day. And I believe it was at Design Day or maybe soon after last year, this person decided that they weren't going to seek publishing for the game. They were going to put it on the Game Crafter, but they were really happy with where the game was, and they wanted to share it with me and I guess thank me for helping to host Design Day over the years. So this was a gift. Um, but and so it's been on my shelf for a few months, but I decided to get it to the table, and I'm really glad I did because I like hidden movement games and I like two-player bluffing games, and this game really scratches those itches really well. Uh, and that's what I want to talk about today. My favorite mechanism in this game are how both players have the opportunity to bluff. One player, and this was me in this game, plays as the mall cop, and the mall cop is trying to prevent a shoplifter, who is the other player, from stealing things and getting out of the mall with those things. The mall cop has a few different tools at their disposal. They can kind of investigate different areas of the mall to see if which section of the mall the shoplifter is in, and I like that they can investigate big areas of the mall all at once. They don't get perfect information from that, but they get some information. Meanwhile, the shoplifter is going from store to store, typically, sometimes hiding, but going from store to store and looking through decks of cards, little decks that are constructed of these cards, either stolen items or cards that don't have anything, so they didn't actually take anything. And they are taking one or two of these cards from those stacks. So you know at any given time, at least at the beginning of the game, if the shoplifter takes two cards, you know that they have stolen at least one thing. If they only take one card, though, they might just be browsing. And the reason this is important is that there are times in the game where you get to catch the shoplifter. The mall cop catches the shoplifter, and if they falsely accuse the shoplifter enough times, the shoplifter just wins because the store no longer has confidence, or the mall no longer has confidence in the mall cop. So part of the bluffing in the game on the shoplifter side is where they are at all, where they're moving around. There's a huge amount of bluffing in terms of the hidden movement, but also for each store, which cards they are picking up and which cards they're even putting down. They might pick up a few stolen items and they might put them down in a different store and pick up a just browsing card. And so at any given time, you don't have perfect information that the shoplifter has actually stolen anything. That is a really fun element of bluffing. Meanwhile, for me as the mall cop, when I go from store to store, I'm looking for the shoplifter, but I'm also looking, or I have the chance to look at the remaining cards that are there, but I don't get to look at all of them. I get to shuffle them and look at the top two cards. And in this way, I also get to bluff as the mall cop because the shoplifter knows they know what cards are in that stack, but they don't know what the top two or the random two cards are that I get to see. So they don't know what I know about what they already know. There's many layers of the bluffing there. Also, the mall cop, at the end of each of their turns, they have to decide if, in this limited deck of cards, they have this limited deck of cards, they get to decide if they are going to hang out vigilantly by one of the exits to the mall using one of these cards, or if they're going to take a little snooze near the entrance to the mall. Because the shoplifter doesn't just have to steal things, they have to get out of the mall multiple times with those items. And so throughout the game, the shoplifter has to decide, is now the right time to sneak out? And they have to try to guess on that round, was the mall cop sleeping on the job, or were they looking for the shoplifter at the exit to the mall, ready, waiting for them to escape? So I get to bluff as the mall cop. I have this hidden information that the shoplifter doesn't know as to my kind of status at the exits of the mall at any given time. I think that was really clever as well. Lots of little clever elements of bluffing in this game that are completely asymmetric because we're interacting in very different ways as the shoplifter versus the mall cop themselves. Yeah, really clever game. If this is the type of game that you like, and I guess if you'll be at Geekway to the West, I'm happy to share it with you if you're going to be there and you want to try it. It's also available on the Game Crafter if you want to check it out there. Yeah, those are my thoughts on it. If this makes you think of any other game where you are actively bluffing against another opponent, typically, ideally in a dueling game, or another hidden movement game that you would like to highlight, my favorite, of course, is Scotland Yard. Let me know about that in the comments below. Thanks.